Hi, this is Dr. Amitav Vikram Dwivedi, and in this video, we will discuss metaphor and the term associated with it, like mixed metaphor and dead metaphor. We will also discuss how metaphor is different from a simile. At the same time, we will also discuss a viewpoint of a critic named I.A. Richards on metaphor. First, we will discuss what is the difference between metaphor and simile. Loosely, we can say that metaphor and simile, they are constructed in the same manner. The only difference is that in metaphor, we do not use the terms like and as. These terms we used with simile. And in metaphor, these terms like and as, they are removed. Now we will discuss what is the similarity between metaphor and mixed metaphor and dead metaphor. One thing that is for sure that metaphor, mixed metaphor and dead metaphor, they are actually figurative statement. So what do we mean by a figurative statement? A word or phrase used to describe somebody or something else in a way that is different from its normal use. So we can say that something, a word or phrase, is used for someone or something in not normal way. That means in a figurative manner we will use. For example, if I say she has a heart of stone. Now I'm saying that she is a cruel lady. But when I say she is a cruel lady, it is a direct and a normal use of language. But when I say she has a heart of stone, then it is a figurative statement. That is to say that I am using a metaphor. But the question arises that why we use metaphor? Why we can't say something normally? Or why we use a figurative statement? There are two purposes. First, we want to show that the two things have the same qualities, and we want to make the description more powerful. So when we use metaphor, there is a comparison of same qualities that we keep in mind. At the same time, we want to make our speech, we want to make our writing more emphatic, more powerful. So that is the use of metaphor that we have. In rhetoric, the currency of metaphor is often used. Now let's see the use of metaphor in a poem. So we have a poem titled Dreams. Dreams is an early poem by American poet Langston Hughes. Langston Hughes was one of the leading figures of the 1920s arts and literary movement known as Harlem Renaissance. And this poem was originally published in the magazine The World Tomorrow in 1923. So this is just the background of the writer and the movement to which he was associated. There is a term we use, Harlem Renaissance. What do we mean by that? This movement, Harlem Renaissance, was a notable phrase of Black American writing centered in Harlem, a predominantly Black area of New York City in 1920s, announced by Alan Locke's anthology, The New Negro, published in 1920. Now let's come to this poem because this short 8-line poem is full of metaphor. I read the poem, hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. A very prominent metaphorical poem. Now, when we say hold fast to dreams, so here this is a metaphorical use of language. We don't mean dream actually because generally dreams uh, occur in sleep. So when we say hold fast to dreams, we mean that hold fast to the goals that you have for your future. So again, a metaphorical use that we have. For if dreams die, here it's an example of personification because human beings, animals, insects, they die, they are born, but not dreams. So here we have a use of personification. But the metaphor we find again in third line. Life is a broken winged bird. What does it mean? Life is a broken winged bird. That means life will be harsh and difficult without dream. That cannot fly. Again, an example of personification because generally birds and insects, they fly. Hold fast to dreams. The repetition of the first line in the fifth line, for when dreams go, again a personification because animate objects, they come and go, cars, they come and go, vehicles, they come and go when someone is driving them. Life is a barren field, again a metaphor, beautiful metaphor, barren field, frozen with snow. Now what do we mean by life is a barren field? Here, huge indicates an emotional and spiritual death. So here, this poem is very specific, very beautiful because it has prominent metaphors in it. So this is the example of metaphors that we have seen. Now we will look at the critical viewpoint towards metaphor posited by I.A. Richards. What I.A. Richards did, I.A. Richards breaks metaphor into vehicle and tanner. What do we mean by vehicle? One vehicle we are aware of, like I have a car, I have a vehicle, you have a bike is a vehicle, or any other types of vehicle. But here we are talking about language vehicle, linguistic vehicle. What do we mean by vehicle here? So vehicle is a word or phrase figuratively applied to something or someone, and it indicates the contextual use that we have. So vehicle, remember, it is for the figurative use. Another is tanner. Tanner means literal meaning of the words. So I. Richards breaks metaphor into these two, vehicle and tanner. Now we will see the use of vehicle and tanner in a poetry line by Emily Dickinson. And what is this line? It goes like this: I felt a funeral in my brain. Now this word funeral is important. Funeral literally means that she is falling into madness. Emily Dickinson is writing that I am falling into madness. This is the literal meaning. I'm falling into madness. But Emily Dickinson is not saying like this, that I am falling into madness, but using a vehicle in order to express this idea, in order to transport this idea. And that is your, your vehicle. Here the vehicle, this is funeral, the figurative use. I felt a funeral in my my brain. Now we will see what is dead metaphor. Again, what happens when a phrase or a word is used too often? For example, when we use a word or a phrase too often, then the figurative nature of a metaphor dissipates and the metaphorical side comes to seem literal. So a blurring line happens, like we have two types, one figurative use, one literal use, but when figurative nature or figurative language is used too often, then the figurative nature and the literal meaning, they became same. So what happens that vehicle, the figurative use of language fades in meaning. For example, in a phrase, grab an idea or grasp an idea. So here the word grasp signifies only its tenor. That means comprehend. Literal meaning is comprehend and not grab hold of. Or when we say time is running out. So again, there is a blurring line between the figurative meaning and the literal meaning that we see here. Now another term is mixed metaphor. A mixed metaphor is one in which the combination of qualities suggested is illogical or ridiculous. So when we mix two metaphors in a manner that the entire saying becomes funny because of its illogical nature, it becomes quite ridiculous. So mixed metaphor is a result of trying to apply two metaphors to one thing. For example, those vipers stabbed us in the back. Now here viper is one metaphor and we are using vipers for somebody, some people, and those vipers at the same time and stabbed us. Now stabbed is another metaphor, not literally stabbing, but deceiving. So we are saying that those people deceived us. But now the entire effect becomes ridiculous, illogical. Those vipers, because the nature of viper is to bite, to inject venom. But again, like those vipers stabbed us in the back. So again, this entire effect is ridiculous. Similar mixed metaphor we find in Hamlet soliloquy, to take arms against a sea of troubles. So again, to take arms, that means to fight against a sea of troubles. Sea of trouble is again a metaphor that we have, and the entire effect is illogical and ridiculous. So in this video, we have seen what is metaphor, how it is employed in poetry, how metaphor is different from simile, what is the difference between metaphor and mixed metaphor, what is the difference between metaphor and dead metaphor. And we have also seen the critical viewpoint of I.A. Richards, as I.A. Richards breaks metaphor into vehicle and tenor. So this is for this video. Thank you for watching.